Hey guys, so this video is long overdue and a lot of you people have been wondering what I've been doing on my pedal board since I posted the last demo of it. This one I'm not gonna do sounds. I might do that a little later. I just wanted to show you what has changed, and since the last video it's been almost a year and there's been a significant amount of change. So I'll go over the order again. Got rid of the wah, got rid of the fuzz factory at the beginning. Currently I'm starting with the Keeley Compressor, which I really like. Really does nice things for the tone, really warms it up, fattens it up. So I have that first just because I don't want it messing with my overdrive signal. You know, I want to get the compression out of the way first in the chain. Second, we've got the Micro POG still there. Really like this pedal still. Really impressed with it. Really tracks nice and gives me nice octave down and up sounds. Got it second because I want it to work off the clean signal. I don't want it to try to have to track off a distorted signal or something like that. I think it tracks better right after the compressor. Second, we've got the Whetstone Phaser. This thing is really nice. Can get a lot of different sounds with it. Goes from really slow, really nice pad sort of sounds, can get some ring mod sounds, and actually with the flip of this switch, switch into asymmetric mode, you can get sort of a univibe sound, which I really like. I keep it on a lot of the time. And you can switch between the different stages. You can have a 2-stage or a 4-stage phaser. Sometimes it's nice to have a shallow sweep with a two-stage phaser. A little more subtle, it sounds pretty nice. So from here we go down here into the Barber LTD. This is the special recipe version. I had the original one for a little while, or the normal version. It's a really nice overdrive, really transparent, can really dial in a lot of nice sounds with the tone knob. Yeah, I just really like the way it sounds with all my rig. So this is my dirt section. Typically what I do is I go from low gain to high gain. So from the LTD we go to the Xotic BB Preamp. Still there, I really like the sound of this. It's pretty compressed. I know some people don't like how compressed it is, but I really like it. From here we go into from here we go into this is a clone of a ZVex Super Hard On. It's just a volume boost. It adds some clarity, some sparkle, which I really like too. I typically use it for lead boosts. From here we go into the ZVex Mastotron. So I really like it as a fuzz more than the fuzz factory. More usable. Obviously I'm allowed to put it not first in the chain, which was pretty important to me. And I tend to swap out the Mastotron with a full tone Super Trem depending on what I'm doing. When the Super Trem is in, it's nice to have overdrives and then boost, because having the boost after the distortion allows me to actually change my volume. If I had the boost first before the overdrive, clicking it on would add more gain but not more volume because I'd be pushing the front end of the overdrive and the distortion pedal. I generally want a volume boost. The interesting thing about this scenario is I've got the boost before the Mastotron, so if I crank this guy up and this guy's on, my volume stays the same, but I just really hit the front end of the Mastotron hard and I start getting some nice octave sounds. It just kind of sounds like it's going crazy, and you know, sometimes it sounds really cool. So from here we go into the volume pedal. You know, same Ernie Ball VP Jr. Still going strong. It's squeaking right now, which I need to get some bike chain grease and stick it in there so it doesn't squeak when I'm doing it. From here we go into the DD5. Right now I'm using it in hold mode. So what that does is it essentially, when I hold it down, it's recording, and then when I pick it up it stops. So I can get some stutter effects, and I get that from a certain person on the Harmony Central forums. Not my idea, I'll admit to it right now. From there we go into the Empress Vintage Modified Superdelay. This is like one of the best delay pedals I've ever owned. I had the original one, which my only gripe about it was the modulation was a little too subtle for my tastes, and the tape mode you know, wasn't all that interesting to me. Didn't come out as much as I wanted. So when this one came out, they pretty much fixed everything I wanted. We got more modulation, more noticeable, and the tape mode just sounds a lot nicer. So this is really great. Here we go into the Carbon Copy. I like it. I keep it generally on a pretty subtle setting, so I can use it under leads or something when I don't care about tap tempo or whatever. So now I got some interesting stuff that happens over here. This entire board here, this Pedaltrain Jr, is stereo. So there's a lot of cables going on here. So we go mono out of the Carbon Copy into the Eventide Timefactor delay, and then we go stereo out from the Timefactor to the DL4, which I typically use for looping. Stereo out of that into the Verbzilla for reverb, and then stereo RV5, more reverb, and then into my 2 amps right here. So I mean, there's a lot of different configurations I can do for this. The caveat is the DL4 does not loop in stereo. So I'm recording, it sounds like it's in stereo. As soon as I hit the playback button, everything just sums to mono, which is a bummer. I would like to get an EHX 2880 and be able to loop in stereo, but until then I kind of have to choose what I want. So I can do stereo delays here and loop them if I want, but it won't come out stereo, which is kind of a bummer while it's looping. The reason I have the reverbs after the looper is so that I can actually get some stereo effect that when looping will sound stereo. So I can't record the reverb, I can add it later, but so the con there is I can't have any variance in it. I can't record it and then turn it off or turn it on or something. But the pro is that I can actually utilize the stereo signal and have a nice stereo reverb sound even while I'm looping. So, oh, and this little guy down here, that Digitech pedal is just a controller for the Timefactor. So when I'm in bank mode, these controls turn into bank, bank up, and then the 2 presets for each bank. So this one allows me to do a bank down, still access the repeat function so I get the infinite repeats, and then tap tempo. So it's just nice to be able to have the full functionality while in bank mode. So that's pretty much it. I'm running into the Vox AC30 currently and the Blues DeVille. I really love the way they sound together. So that's pretty much it. Any questions, feel free to ask and I will answer them. So thanks.